So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to introduce you to Peter Morony. He is resilient and inspiring, and he's overcome significant challenges in his life. Through self-healing, growth, and support of exceptional mentors, he has transformed his journey into a purpose of fulfillment. He's got background in engineering and real estate. Peter is passionate about sharing his story and inspiring others to thrive beyond pain. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Peter Morony and Thrive Beyond Pain.
Worried, epileptic, people-pleasing Peter, abused, divorced, traumatized, ... And I even contemplated suicide. Now, I personally know people that have had it far worse than that. Have you ever wondered if someone's coming to help you? I have. Now, sometimes we need to seek help. Sometimes we don't even know that we need help. I'm going to share part of my journey and well-being with you that focuses on my emotional and psychological well-being. When I was a teenager, I got into a fight and I lost a tooth, and I became a people pleaser. I'd do whatever I had to keep the peace and just stay out of people's way. And not long after that, I had an encounter with one of the most misunderstood and stigmatized diseases, epilepsy. Not the type of kiss I was hoping for, I can assure you. You know, I've been involved in civil engineering, construction, and also real estate, and I've been blessed with a very good career. But let me take you back to when I was in my late 30s. I was happily married and we immigrated to Auckland, New Zealand. And I have many happy memories there. I still have lots of great friends in New Zealand. And one day I was on a site and I was having a great time. I really enjoyed the construction industry. Well, until I had a severe fall and did some significant damage to my lower back. Fortunately, I stumbled across Natalie Cook. She's a physiotherapist. She's actually trained in Cape Town. And she's also a cranial sacral therapist. And she helped me during the rehab process of my physical side. And as a result of the cranial sacral therapy, I've had 2 seizures in the last 7 years, and I know exactly why I've had them. I still take my meds, by the way. And then a little bit further in the treatment, Natalie discovered that I actually had severe chronic pain, and that was a result of the impact that the epilepsy and trauma had on me. But she taught me a number of tools, which included meditation, journaling, the importance of spending time in nature, and walking, and breath work. Armed with these tools, I returned to South Africa. And I started in the real estate industry, and I fell in love with it. And I must tell you, I went to a beautiful house one day with great excitement. I was really excited to go into this house. And the unthinkable happened. 6 huge armed robbers invaded this house. It was unbelievable, most terrifying experience I'd had in my life. And it lasted 90 minutes, and I don't know if I actually wanted to survive it at some stages because it got so bad. But it gave me renewed energy and determination to rebuild my life. And fortunately, I had Dr. Bianca Naidu, my general practitioner and a cranial sacral therapist, there to pick me up and dust me off. And one day I went to a session for cranial sacral therapy, and I was lying on her table with my eyes closed, and she dimmed the lights and put some soft music on. And my face was red hot. And she said, "Peter, I want you to take all that anger in you and blow it into a red balloon. And now let it fly away." And then she said, "Now imagine your favorite color, which is emerald green. Perhaps that's got something to do with my Irish heritage." She said, "Fill your body up with that, fill the room, and then let it go around KZN, around the globe, into the solar system. And then let it go into the galaxies and the Milky Way and the universe. Now I want you to imagine all the positive emerald green energy coming into your body, and you store it in your heart. You've got to protect yourself with it, Peter. The difference in the energy in my body in what was less than an hour was phenomenal. I will always remember that. Dr. Bianca looked at me and said, Peter, if something doesn't go right, you must look in the mirror. And if you don't like what you're seeing, you're going to have to learn something and adjust something, or you must move on. I'll always remember what she told me as well. She said, you're in control. You take control of your life. And my precious Dr. Bianca Naidu referred me to Dr. Nazia Osman, a clinical psychologist who taught me a number of things. The importance of having self-compassion, of having boundaries and setting standards for oneself. And again, I was getting bullied at work. The middle management thought that they could continue kicking me around. And I was in a meeting with them one day, and eventually I thought enough. And I just got up and I said, I'm leaving. And they said, you can't. I said, yes, I am, and I'm leaving. And I left that toxic environment. Not long after that, Nazia said to me, Peter, if you were to compare yourself to an animal when you first came here, what would it have been? And I thought for a moment, I would have been a timid mole. Now I'm a proud young lion. I'm standing on the mountaintop, and I'm full of courage and determination to face whatever life has to throw at me. I've had to face my fears and turn my shame into a strength. And I've had to cut ties with a version of myself that's betrayed me. Nazia looked at me and said, Peter, that is transformational. I'm extremely grateful to my parents, my family, my friends, and all the professionals that have helped me on my journey. But I'm profoundly grateful to my guardian angels, Natalie Cook, Dr. Bianca, Dr. Nazia. Their unwavering support for me over the years has been unbelievable. They've been my foundation and my strength. I'm extremely glad that I embraced their wisdom. Transformation is at our fingertips. Today, my life has meaning. It has happiness. It has purpose. And you know what? The best is yet to come. That's what excites me the most. I invite you to take control of your journey and join me and thrive beyond pain.